ladies and kids. This is Pops in Detroit, broadcasting live this house media. Well, I guess it's not live. On YouTube it'll be a recording. It's live for me right now. 10 minutes will be available to you on the internet. Sitting here in my new house in Detroit, listening to Kansas, surfing my big screen. I can be in the light. Anyway, my apologies to Terry Liverick. So let's see anyway. I got my middle computer set up here with the internet. So let's just get out of the full screen here and we'll go down to. You understand, 5 years ago this wasn't possible. Now I can pull out my phone and do this stuff. A little tiny stuff. G phone. Alright, so if we go on YouTube, go to my particular website. I can go to upload. It's not going to do any good. There's no camera connected to that. But what I can do is go to my, here I am. Should have my own channel. Yeah, here we go, my channel. That's put away on YouTube. Happy WP56, aka RevPops. Now, that's nice Kansas. Nice Kansas music. Forgive me, Terry Livgren. I'm just jamming with you on the YouTube there. Probably broke 17 laws. So, I produced a video, and my daughter accused me of being delusional. Well, I got a call. Mikey. What's up? What's going on, Mikey? Making a YouTube video. Probably better wait because they're saying it's going to snow 4 inches today. It's coming down right now. No use. This is my buddy Mikey on the phone. He called right in the middle of my TV show. All right, love you, man. Kiss Jennifer and JoJo for me and Uncle Rick and Grandma. I'm making a YouTube video, so this call is going to be all over the world on TV. Peace and love. Mikey wants to come over and shovel the snow, so grab the smoke fatty with it. Anyway, so where were we? Oh yes, Pops is delusional. So my sweet loving daughter, she says, "You're delusional, Dad." I said, "Why am I delusional?" To which she had absolutely no logical reason except for, "You're my dad and I worry about you. I'm afraid and I worry and I'm worrying and I'm." And I explained to her, worry is the opposite of faith. It's actually Satan using your powers of faith to imagine a negative outcome and project it with words onto people. It's witchcraft. Worry is the very next step to witchcraft, and it's disguised by religious schools as concern. No, it's not concern. You're nosy. You're self-righteous. You think you're smarter than me. You think you know what's best for me, even though I've been me for 57 years. I'm doing pretty well. So anyway, I'm happy. That's the bottom line. Be happy and not hurt anybody and help somebody once in a while. That's what I do. So that's my philosophy. So, I'm going to go back over my unified field theory video. This is a good one, too. This is about humbling yourself. But I made a unified field theory video. It's on my upload videos. I guess I got to keep clicking to find it. Yeah, here it is. And we'll go over it, and we'll see what's delusional and what I meant. Because what it is, she just doesn't understand it. So, it's fine. All right, here we go.
Greetings and salutations. This is RevPops, a.k.a. Matthew Getaway, coming at you from Detroit, Michigan. At the end of January 2014, and I'm going public on this video with my unified field theory. I'm a 57-year-old autistic man, disabled. I was a carpenter for 35 years.
All right, let's pause it there. First of all, my daughter doesn't know anything about physics, probably. She hasn't really studied physics. She's not interested in it. I've been studying it pretty much all my life, on and off. Electricity, playing with electronics. I used to build motors when I was starting in the 4th grade. I used to build electric motors out of a DC battery, pieces of wire and paper clips. Just put them together and make a little switch, little things that fly. And just because I learned. My dad played with electronics. He was an electrician, and he taught me little tricks with electronics and nothing to it. Just like water going through a pipe. Anyway, I don't know. I digress. But what physics and science is trying to do is find out large principles that apply to matter and energy, so that they can manipulate it and benefit mankind. Hopefully, not manipulate it to make weapons and blow people's brains out like they do with all technology. Those who are inclined thus to do military-industrial type complex people. But God bless them. I'm sure they have their purpose. But specifically, this is talking about my concept of unified field theory that works with simple base 9 math. See vortex math, Mark Rodin, R-O-D-I-N, and Nassim Haramehn's toroidal vortex theory, which is nothing. It's totally been proved. It's not a theory, but his theory of that being related to the unified field theory of subatomic particles, energy, and mass, how they all work together. So anyway, Tesla had made a lot of inroads on this. He was giving free energy to people, and so the government did all this research and picked and chose what they wanted for weapon technology. But Jesus and the Elohim would like humans to have the technology to better themselves and heal themselves and get rid of sickness. And of course, the last enemy he defeated, according to Jesus, is death. So here we are. Let's continue. See how psychotic Pops gets. Us Asbies have a saying, just because you understand me doesn't make me wrong.
I've sold for 35 years all over America. I'm a gospel singer, songwriter, and I own hishousemedia.com, where you can go and learn about the law. Now, my unified field theory, which I'm publicly recording here at the venue of YouTube, simply that money equals infinity and being equals free. Before you start laughing your ass off, one obviously is not even free, but God is 3 in 1. He's also 2 in 1, 4 in 1, 5 in 1, 6 in 1, 7 in 1. Every prime number is doing 40 in 1, and almost 5. Now, in other words, he's all in all. So 1 is infinity, but 3 is infinity.
Alright, so basically I showed how 1 can represent infinity because there's 1 universe. That's what uni means. 1 verse, 1 universe, one massive space-time continuum that we live in. Okay? And if God is, according to the Bible, omnipresent means he's everywhere at once. Omniscient means he knows everything at once. And omnipotent means he has all power at once throughout time and space in the universe. Then what I'm saying is that 1, in the sense of 1, God is 1. God is everything, so everything is 1. And that is a very common principle that flows through the very basis of all religions. Lord God, Jehovah spoke to Moses, said, I, the Lord, am one God. Okay, Allah is one God. The Muslims believe Allah didn't even have a son. They don't believe that Jesus was Allah's son. They believe Allah has to be one God. That's the eternal principle. The one life force. There's one life force through everything. That's what the Buddhists believe. Okay, so as a minister, as a theologian, as a Christian minister, I like to look at physics and start from what all religions believe, because then you can philosophize and move into science. And science's purpose, as far as I'm concerned, is to verify or unverify philosophies of religion. I mean, if I believe a guy from outer space came down and begat a child with a human woman, and this guy went around and did miracles, and his name was Jesus, and that's what he said. Yeah, my dad's an Elohim. He came down from heaven, from outer space, and my mom's this human lady. And of course, later on, they said she was the Messiah. Whether it was originally or later on, they said she was a virgin, it was a magic trick or whatever. But still, it was the father's sperma. He may not have impregnated her with penis. It may have been a nano-drone or something. We don't know how it was accomplished, but we just religiously believe, But anyway, Joseph agreed to raise the child, and the rest is history. So this is my point of view from my heart, my religion, when my blood pumps warm in my veins, when I breathe and my air oxygen finds my blood and activates my brain in the center of my pineal gland. I'm getting my life's flow ideas from the river of life through my guru, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, besides the Jews who may outright reject it. And I think he is God Almighty, heads and tails above. I think he's King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and God of Gods, heads and tails above any other God. And in the Ten Commandments, when you worship Jehovah, you're worshiping Jesus, and you're worshiping the Holy Spirit, and you're worshiping who is the mother, the incubator spirit everywhere, the life force in Buddhism. And these are all theological things that my daughter doesn't understand, which is why she calls me delusion. Now, let's proceed. And by the way, delusion, I'm reading a book called DMT, the Spirit Molecule. What is delusion? Delusion, just because someone has a hallucination, means it's not real. Because you don't see it and they do see it, makes you and all the other people in the room that don't see it right, and the minority wrong, so minorities are always wrong. Is that what you're saying? It sounds kind of bigoted, doesn't it? All right. So on I go. One is infinite. One is equal to infinity. That's all I'm saying. What a lot of these guys are going is that 0 equals infinity, the 0-point energy. Bullshit. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. All right, I agree, Billy Crow. So, 1 equals infinity. 1 is infinite. 1 is a concept. Okay, you say, I have 1 apple. Okay, whoopee. You got an apple. That's the concept of 1. But within that apple is a seed, or 5 or 6 seeds, I think, or 8 or 12 seeds, I forget. 15 seeds, whatever it is in an apple. There's some seeds in there. Okay? And when those seeds fall on the ground, they make a tree, and that tree produces thousands of apples over a period of years. Natural multiplication, and the tree goes up and makes branches, and the tree goes down and makes roots. And if you look at the earth and Nazi Merriman's toroidal flux donut field theory, you see that, of course, everything that has life, that exists, that has some kind of life flow, that goes through a growth process from your fat head growing a neck and arms and legs going down. Well, actually, I believe it's upper the abdomen. You got your upper torso, your lower torso. Your upper torso carries your head aiming up towards God for direction and has arms that can do things. And people live with nothing but their arms and their head and their upper torso, as long as they've got some way to digest and move their blood and air, from that point from their lungs and their guts and the poop hole up, they can keep living. But then, if obviously they can't live without the bottom half. But the bottom half is what? It's defecation. It's elimination of negative. And then, so we have a flow of spirit beings from the top, like sun, like a tree receives sun, a flow this way, and then we have a flow this way where we receive nutriments through our lower parts, which is our guts, into all of our tree that reaches out to all the branches. So humans are very interesting. 6-point head and 2 arms, reproductive and guts and 2 legs. So basically, the lower half of your body is what keeps you going as far as digestion and reproduction and walking around and getting somewhere. Your upper half thinks, looks, senses, input, output. This is where your heart, and this is where you really are. Your spirit is somewhere between your heart and your pineal gland. It's all, a lot of this is religious and vague, and it's not science anymore. But a lot of it is science. And this is what's interesting to me, is where science and the paranormal, that membrane, where we don't know, and it's paranormal. It looks to us like a miracle, but it could just be advanced technology. It's like we went back in time with a big lighter and walked into the Apostle Paul's house and said, I come with a message of God, and to prove it, I brought the light, the magic light. And you put your hand in front and flick that bic and go like that, and there's flame, and then you do it again, and freaking let go of the thing, and it's off, and you just do that like 6 or 8 times. And he goes, hey, that's a pretty cool trick. I've never seen anything like that. And, you might get 5 minutes with the Apostle Paul. Well, this is Pops. I talked enough. We'll keep breaking it down. We'll go through this unified field theory, and I'll convince you. I didn't even have to do that. See, I got a new setup. Working on my studio here. I got a new setup. Didn't even have to move. Peace and love. Recording. I'm trying to make it